Hello everyone and welcome back to Scrap and Craft with Terry. I've been gone a few days, but I'm back and ready to get back in the swing of things. Hope everyone's having a nice day today. Nice fall day for crafting, and so we're just going to hop right into it. Today I'm going to make some hidden journal fold outs, and I've seen them on Pinterest and YouTube, but I thought it was pretty interesting. I like them, so I thought I'd give it a whirl. So we're just going to jump right in and get started. One of them I have already folded because I have only made one, and it was a while back, so I couldn't really remember all of the folds real well, so I had to mess with it again. And so we're going to start out with just a rectangle of paper, and it just depends on what size your paper is as to how big it's going to turn out. This is coffee dyed paper, and I just printed the decorative paper on top of it. So I had to trim the outside of this one off, and this one, well, it's just barely bigger, so that's what I say. It just depends on what size your paper is. As long as it's a rectangle, it'll work. So first of all, we're going to start with this side up, the back side up, and we're going to fold it in half. And then we're just going to fold it in half again, and just try to line these up. I've trimmed this paper, and because it's coffee dyed, it just doesn't lay completely perfect. Has a little bit of wave in it, but it's okay. It'll work. And then we're going to turn it back to the right side. And I'm kind of looking at my notes off to the side here while I'm doing this. We have to fold it up and decide what we want for the front of our little fold out. Do I want this as the front, or do I want this as the front? And I think I want this as the front of my little fold out, because I like the rows. Depending on which way you fold it is to how your little fold out is going to open. Now if I did this one, then it would open out a different way. But it just, I guess, all depends. If I would just put them in a pocket, but you can glue them into your journal, and that's how you would fold it out. One part would be glued, and you would just fold it out and fold it up. Or the other side, you would have to fold it different. Depends on how you fold it. Sometimes I get a little confused with all of this stuff, so then you would fold it that way. But this is going to be the front of my journal, so, or my little fold out. So next we're going to turn it over. Well, you can either ink now, or you can ink. We have to cut some off on the top, so you can ink then, whichever you decide. But you're going to fold the bottom up. Now this one, because it is smaller, I can't fold too much up because it would make it a little too short. So I folded this one up about almost 1.5 inches, just under 1.5 inches. So that's going to make my finished piece almost 6 inches long. So we're going to fold it, and we're going to crease it. You can use your finger or your bone folder and turn it back over. Now, and then you pay attention to the side that you want for your front. So this is going to be my front, and it'll fold over this way. So seeing how it's folding over this way, we have to leave this little spot on. You have to leave this corner on, and we're going to cut these off. So we're just going to cut on that fold line. Now I cut right on the fold line. You can cut a little bit below it if you want to. Completely up to you. And then you can use this as something else. So I wouldn't throw that away. Now we're going to turn this back over. And we're going to fold it back up. And then this is going to be my flap. So now would probably be a good time to go ahead and do all of your inking. See, I have different lines here of the way it was folding, so it wasn't folding right. So, but I don't really think it has to be perfect. I guess if it had to be perfect, it wouldn't be crafting. And I'm going to go ahead and ink these that I forgot to do. Okay. And then it just accordion folds. See, and I could probably try to even this up just a little bit more. But when I even it up in one spot, it goes wonky in another spot. But yeah, it looks good to me. Now on these, I'm going to round my corners. You either can or you don't have to. And this is just copy weight paper, so I'm going to fold it over to round my corners. My corner rounder doesn't seem to like to round single layers of a lighter weight paper. And that's our little fold out. Now, I've seen these held together with string, little closure type string thing. And I thought, because I'm going to decorate the front of it, this is just a little collage thing. These are both what I'm going to use on both of them. These are just little collages that I had made up. And I thought these would work nice just as, like, you glue it up so far, and then that'll just hold your flap shut. You can open it and close it. And then serves as two purposes. It's your closure, plus it's decoration for your page. And now down here I have the rose, so I really don't want to cover that up. So I don't have to add anything else below it. But like if you wanted to add like a sentiment or something, if it was on the plain paper, then underneath your closure thing, you could add a sentiment or a bird or a butterfly, whichever you'd like to do. So let's go ahead and get this one glued on. So I'm just going to figure where I want this at. I don't want it up too high, just high enough to hold this flap shut. So I would say about there. So I'm only going to put glue on it from here down. I just kind of hold my finger there so I don't forget what I'm doing. And you can use glue stick or liquid glue, either one. I think my cap glued itself to the bottle. So maybe I'll just use glue stick and we'll work on that thing later. And this gives you a lot of journaling space. Like I say, I think I would just put it in a pocket, but it's completely up to your preference and what you're doing in your journal or your scrapbook. And then you can just open it up, open it out, do your journaling, close it up, and there's that one. Now the bottom will stay kind of open, so you could, let me see, you could put like a fancy paper clip. I didn't get the right size paper clip, or the right side paper clip out. I got it to the back side. Oh, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. You could put a bigger altered paper clip on it. You could put a smaller one on it, just at the bottom. And just hold your pages shut, and then you can stick it down in a pocket. So I think that one turned out good. Now this one here, I kind of have my paper creased, but I didn't ink anything or do anything like that. I just figured we would do this one together. So we're just going to turn our paper upside down. And again, this is on coffee dyed paper. And we're going to fold it in half, and these go really fast. Once you get the hang of the way they fold. Okay, now we're going to decide, do I want this as my front, or do I want this as my front? Now the design on both of them I like, so it doesn't matter. So I think since that one goes that way, I'll just use this one here for my front page. So I just need to refold my page so it just accordions under there, and then I would fold this up, and that would be my front page. So we're going to turn it back over again, knowing that this is the part that I want to keep. No, this is the part I want to keep. See, it's confusing. This is the piece that I want to keep. So we're going to fold it up, and you can measure, or you don't have to. I would just like to see about my 6-inch. You can make them shorter or longer. Depends on the size of your, your journal or your scrapbook, whatever you're putting it in. But it doesn't have to be a perfect size. And then we're just going to fold that over. Flatten it out. Okay. All right, so again, this is the part I'm going to keep. And this is the part I'm going to cut off. So I can just go over this a little bit so you can see the fold line and where I'm going to cut it. Cut it from the right side or the wrong side, either one, it doesn't matter. And then I guess if you cut the wrong side off, well, then you just have the other side as your front. And once you decorate them up, it doesn't really matter, I don't think. They all turn out pretty. And then again, just keep this for another project. Just hang on a second, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so let's fold this back up, fold it over, and that's my front spot. Now the other ones that I seen were longer than these, but like I say, this is not a full 8.5 by 11. If you do it on that side, then these are longer, but these will work in taller journals or shorter journals. Either one, doesn't matter. Before I do that one, we'll just open this up and find a pocket and see how it works. Well, here's a pocket right here. We'll just do this. So it just sits down in the pocket nice. So this one doesn't have the paper clip or anything on. Once it's in a pocket, it's going to I hope it's in view. Yeah, it's going to stay shut anyways. So the paper clips are optional. Whatever you want to do with them. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead round my corners. And you can make your corners as fancy as you want. You can cut them off in the tag shape also, just angled. I like the round corners. And we're just going to go ahead and ink this one. I don't like to do too much inking when I'm on video because it just takes a while. But everyone knows how to ink. But just hurry up and ink it and be all done. And if your designer paper is light enough that you can write on, I mean, you would be able to write on any of these or just add some plain paper to it, give you a little extra journaling space. You can do all kinds of things with them. I just think it's a nice little addition to, like I say, your journals or your scrapbooks. And we'll just do the inside real quick. If you want around the inside edges, you can also do them. You could add lined paper to the inside, or you can just leave it like this. Many, many ways of doing it. Now, you have to make sure I fold it the right way. Okay, so if it was, let me see, if you was going to glue it in, well, I guess if it was glued in, you would have to do it with this flap. Yeah. All right, so there we go. We can move on past that now. All right. Now, this is another little cluster that I had made. Just ink it up a little bit just to give it a little definition. I like making these little clusters also to have them on hand. So when we need anything, there we go. So then we just figure out how long we want this one. Probably about to there. I just asked if anyone likes my video, they just give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I just ask that you subscribe. Trying to grow my channel. Something that I really like to do. A lot of work getting it all together, but it's relaxing also. So that just opens up. There, I didn't have it folded right. And then that opens up. And where did I put my thing at? Well, I'll be jiggered. I folded it wrong. Maybe not. I think I folded it wrong. This goes, let me see. I told you I get confused on this. Yep, I folded it on there wrong. So let's take this off. I'm telling you, if I didn't make one mistake during my video, it wouldn't be proper. I'll have to use my glue eraser on that. It goes on this one because it folds in. Okay, so I have to take the glue off of that page real quick. Or my fold out won't fold out, it'll stick together. And if you guys don't have one of these glue erasers, you should invest in one. I got mine at the Dollar Tree. They work wonders for taking off glue while it's fresh. Now let's try this again. This is going to fold like that, and this is going to go on this way. Now, how many of you have done something on your little project and found out that you did it on the wrong side or did it backwards? Sometimes when I do stuff, I think I'd like to just take it out of my video, but then other times I figure, you know, some of it's kind of funny. Alright, now let's see if we did it right this time. Unfold, and there we go. And it's still a little tacky over there. So then you just journal and fold it back up and put it in your pocket. So, I hope everyone enjoyed my video and my flub up. And thanks for stopping in today. And I hope you join me back for another video. And we'll just hope that it's a little sooner than this one was. So I'll just say, have a nice day, everyone. And thanks for stopping by.